Today, we're delighted to welcome back Spirit Telecom's Managing Director, Sol Lukatsky. Sol, thanks for joining me.
Good to be with you again, Sarah. Thanks for having me on.
It's been quite the ride. I think since we first spoke back in May this year, I think your share price was sitting around the 14-cent mark. I think today it was teetering almost 30 cents.
Yeah, it's been an amazing few months for the organisation, but more importantly for our customers. So a lot of people talk to me about the share price, and I have to be honest, I don't actually look at it a lot. We're a very input-driven organisation, so the share price really is a reflection of the customer demand for the products. As our numbers, we grew 143% year on year on H2. So ultimately, the share price works itself out. Our customers are loving the products that we're bringing to market, and that's what's driving the growth. So pretty proud of more the customer story, but we're getting amazing investor support. So multiple institutions have jumped on the stock as well. We've had great support, obviously, from CBA as well, but more proud of the customers wanting the products and the demand coming through the numbers. The share price will take care of itself.
Fantastic. Look, it has been a fantastic run. I think I've even seen a few sneaky billboards around town. So it's great momentum, certainly for the Spirit story. So switching gears now, just this week you put out your preliminary Q4 results, and you touched on it there, that 143% H2 increase on revenues compared to this time last year. Can you expand on some of those key numbers and call outs for us?
Yeah, sure, Sarah. So, maybe to step back a little bit in terms of how we got to those numbers. So the last 12 months, what we've done is acquired and built product capability to build what we call the modern telco, as I've referred to before, trying to become the Officeworks of IT and telco in Australia. So we've acquired voice products, we've acquired security products, and then we brought them together into one bundle. So where before we would walk into an organisation and just sell high-speed internet, that doesn't happen anymore. We walk in, do the high-speed internet on our network or off our network through the SpiritX platform, but then we have a conversation with what businesses need today. And in COVID in particular, people need remote workforce. They need the capability to have all their applications in the cloud. So the numbers are a reflection of the ability to bundle those products together, and then customers need them. So yeah, look, really amazing results, especially during COVID. In the COVID quarter, we actually grew 14%. So the half is good, but I point investors to say the quarter we grew 14%, a mixture of organic and acquisition, but predominantly organic. So we're shaking up things in IT and telco, and customers are loving the product and loving the service. So the inputs are working, and our growth rates. And I'm also really pleased that we've actually put a good EBITDA number. So we're not just growing revenue. We're putting an EBITDA number out there, so our largest EBITDA number. So the economics, we're growing revenue, but the economics in the business are making sense for shareholders, and that's why the institutional investors are happy as well.
Now, so you also put out a market update this week to coincide with your preliminary financials, and the market update really dived into Spirit's plan to really become that modern telco and also map out some of its transformational growth strategy for 2020 and beyond. Can you recap sort of what is that future looking like, and what were some of the key call outs from the market update this week?
So look, I think what we've really done for the last 12 months is bring the product capability to the market. So in that Officeworks example, we've filled the shelves with good products. The next part is to bring the products to eye level, which is the SpiritX platform. So the next part is to bring all those products into one platform, so it becomes a marketplace. Then, because the products do require some human interaction, we're about 300 Spirit solution partners across Australia, partly through acquisition and partly through signing. We signed, about 20 of them recently as well. So we'll continue to sign them up. So imagine what happens. A business has a need. The Spirit solution partner goes out and sees that business, uses the SpiritX platform to explain the products in that marketplace, and then closes the deal, which is relevant to that business. So it's really around putting the last acquisition products in, which is cloud, voice, security, into the platform, which only has data, and then rolling out the Spirit solution. So it's a mixture of old and new, the digital platform, but then in terms of old-fashioned service, in local towns or metro areas, we still have people on the ground building relationships and selling products. So it's a bit of bricks and mortar, or bricks and people, or internet and people. That's probably the better way to say it.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of people, particularly big telcos, can often forget that human touch and still nurture those relationships. So it's fantastic to see that.
That's where some of the larger telcos have failed. They haven't had the modern product range, but they haven't been close to the customer. A contact center is not a way to sell complex products. So there's a bit of old-fashioned service and then some modern products in there in terms of our execution for Q1 and Q2. So plenty on.
That's fantastic. Now, so it's been a pretty amazing couple of months in terms of the business, and I am afraid to ask what next, because it's pretty hard to kind of top that. So, can you let us in on maybe a few more acquisitions coming down the pike, or what can investors expect next? Where to from here?
Yeah, no, look, it doesn't feel like it's been rapid growth, but it has. When you look at the numbers and the growth rate and what we've achieved, we should reflect for a moment and be pretty proud. But there's more to come. Yeah, I actually think Q1 and Q2 will be busier. People think, well, how the hell is that possible? But we will achieve it. So look, I think the rollout of the partners is something we're going to work on. Look, we do have multiple acquisition options at our disposal right now, but I keep saying this. I think the reason why the stock price is actually where we are is because we've built trust and we've made good decisions. So we do have acquisition options, but I'm going to, and I'll say this again, I know it's boring, I'll pay fair value, and it's when the acquisition is a 1 + 1 = 5 or a 1 + 1 = 3. So yeah, look, in terms of acquisitions, probably the next types of acquisitions will be around geographic spread and distribution. So we've got the products. We now need to be in more spots and more places to sell this product. So I think that's where our acquisition focus will be. Do we have options? Absolutely. Which ones we pick? Well, we're pretty lucky and I'm pretty grateful that we've got acquisition options to choose from at this point in time. So there will be more, but I'm not going to put a time frame to it. But there's certainly options on the table, and we will be. I think we had a couple of broker reports come out. I think the term they used is we're not going to be shy in acquisitions to grow the business. There will be more to come.
Fantastic. Well, it really has been a transformational success story, and one certainly we think will be the darling, I think, of 2020. So thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate your insights and the updates, and we look forward to having you back very soon.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks for your support.